Welcome on this tutorial. We are going to discuss about Thevenin's theorem. The definition of the theorem is any linear bilateral network, irrespective of its complexities, can be reduced into a Thevenin's equivalent circuit, and the circuit is having Thevenin open circuit voltage VTH and Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH. This VTH, RTH and the load resistance RL are normally connected in series. This theorem is named Thevenin's theorem on the name of a scientist, Thevenin. Where the Thevenin theorem is used? Normally this theorem is used to reduce the complexity of any circuit. We can reduce the complexity of any circuit network and can simplify this circuit if the circuit fulfills these two property. One is linearity property, another one is bilateral property. Then we can apply the Thevenin's theorem on those circuit. So what is linear property? What is bilateral property? A linear network consists of linear elements such as resistor, inductor, capacitor. So these are linear element. Why this is called linear element? Because the input output relation is linear in this case. Transistors, diodes, those are normally non-linear element. So the circuit which is having the resistor, inductor, capacitor, normally those circuits are termed as linear network. What is bilateral network? Bilateral network is a particular network. If we just reverse the polarity, magnitude of the current is same. Say simple network having two resistance, and here this is plus 10 volt and this is say ground. So whatever the current will flow through this path, say the current is 5 ampere. Now if we change the polarity of the same network, means if this terminal is grounded and this terminal is plus 10 volt, then the current which will flow in this direction, that current is again 5 ampere. If this happens, then this network is normally called the bilateral network. If magnitude of the output is same while the polarity already has been changed, then those network is normally called the bilateral network. So any circuit which follows the linearity as well as the bilateral property, those circuit can be converted into a very simple circuit by using the Thevenin's theorem. Thevenin equivalent circuit. Already told that any complex circuit will be converted to a very simple circuit, and that circuit is normally termed as Thevenin equivalent circuit. In the Thevenin equivalent circuit, two components are normally there. One is VTH, another one is RTH. Equivalent circuit consists of two elements, VTH, that is the Thevenin equivalent voltage, also this is called open circuit voltage, and the Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH. Is VTH, RTH, RL, this is a series circuit. So when the complex circuit will be converted to a simple circuit, that simple circuit is the Thevenin equivalent circuit, and which must consist of the Thevenin voltage and the Thevenin resistance, and these two parameters, Thevenin voltage and Thevenin resistance, will be connected with the load resistance in series. So complex circuit has been converted to this simple circuit, and from this simple circuit we can easily calculate the circuit parameters. So say in this case it is the load current. If you want to find out this load current, the load current will be this voltage divided by the full circuit resistance. So this will be VTH divided by RTH plus RL. Explanation of Thevenin's theorem. To explain the Thevenin's theorem, I have taken this circuit. This is a very simple circuit, no doubt. First of all, we have to find out the VTH and RTH. This is the main circuit. So how to find VTH? To find out VTH, what we should do? This is the load resistance. We will remove this RL. When we will remove this RL, what will be the voltage across these 2 points? This is the open circuit. So another name of VTH is the open circuit voltage. So this is the open circuit. At this moment, what will be the voltage of point A with respect to point B? This is the VTH or Thevenin equivalent voltage or Thevenin voltage. To find out VTH, we should remove this RL and we have to find the potential at point A with respect to point B. No doubt we will find the potential at point A with respect to B, because B is the reference point. So here in this case, as this is the open circuit, so no current is flowing through this path, means through this resistance. So potential at A will be equal to potential at this point. So potential at this point with respect to this point is the VTH. So what is the potential at this point? That will be this R3 multiplied by the current flowing through this R3. So what is the current flowing through this R3? This current will flow because of the presence of this voltage source as well as this circuit resistance. So the current will be V divided by R1 plus R3. So ultimately VTH is equal to V divided by R1 plus R3 multiplied by this resistance. Say here VTH is equal to this current flowing through the resistance into R3. What is the current flowing through this resistance? This current is this potential divided by R1 plus R3. V divided by R1 plus R3 multiplied by this resistance is equal to VTH. So by this way we will find the VTH. Next, how to find the RTH? To find out the RTH, again we will remove the load resistance. This is the load resistance, so we will remove this load resistance. And one extra thing we should do, we will replace all the sources. There might be voltage source, might be current source. We will replace the voltage source or current source with their internal resistances. Normally, for the case of ideal voltage source, the internal resistance is 0 and ideal current source internal resistance is infinity. For the case of voltage source, if only the magnitude of the voltage is mentioned, we will consider that the voltage source is the ideal voltage source. Here nothing is mentioned about the resistance, so this voltage source is the ideal voltage source and the internal resistance of this voltage source is 0, so this will be short circuited. See here, this is short circuited. So for TH, this is the circuit, this is the open circuit and this voltage source has been shorted. We will look from this side to find out the resistance. When we are looking from this side, whatever will be the equivalent resistance of this combination of resistances, that equivalent resistance is the RTH. We have to calculate the equivalent resistance of these three resistances. To find out the equivalent resistance, we should check which resistances are in series and which resistances are in parallel. That we can check by the way, if we start walking from this point and we came here, so this is only one way, one path. From here we got two paths, one is here, another one is here, and two paths has been connected with a single point. So these two paths are normally in parallel. So to find out the resistance between these 2 points, this R2 will be connected in series with the combination of this parallel resistance of R1 and R3. Equivalent resistance is this R2 plus parallel combination of these two. Parallel combination means R1 parallel R3. Now we all know the resultant of this parallel combination will be R1 R3 divided by R1 plus R3. So this is Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH. If we feel any difficulties to understand the series and parallel, then we may redraw the circuit as per our suitability. In this case, we started walking from here. So this is a point. We walk through this R2 resistance. Then we found two paths. This is two paths. One path is having R1 resistance, another path is having R3 resistance, and ultimately these two path points at a particular point, and this is the B point. So from this circuit easily we can understand that this is series and these two are in parallel. So by this way we will find the RTH. Next, what should we do? In the equivalent circuit we will put the value of VTH and RTH. So this is the equivalent circuit where we will put the VTH, RTH, and the load will be seriously connected with this VTH, RTH. We will put the value of VTH, we will put the value of RTH, and RL is having a particular value. So from this simple circuit it is very easy to calculate the current. So load current IL is equal to VTH divided by full resistance, that is RTH plus RL. So this is the explanation of Thevenin's theorem. Now for solving the different numericals, what are the different steps? Which one is the load resistance in the main circuit? Say this is the main circuit, this one is the load. It will be indicated in the question which one is the load. Say in the question it will be mentioned that find out the current through the resistance RL. So no doubt the RL is the load. Next we should redraw Thevenin equivalent circuit. We have to find out the VTH. Next we have to find out RTH. We have to put the value of VTH and RTH in the equivalent circuit, and ultimately we will find the parameter which has been mentioned to calculate. So coming, this is the first problem. The problem tells us that find out the current through 2 ohm resistance using Thevenin theorem. So this is the 2 ohm resistance, so this is load resistance. So what we have to do? First we should draw the equivalent circuit. So equivalent circuit must have the VTH and RTH. Just draw this VTH RTH. That will be connected with the load resistance. This is 2 ohm. So this is Thevenin equivalent circuit. Next we have to find out VTH and find out RTH. For VTH, what we should do? We should remove this RL. So we have removed RL. Now we have to calculate the potential at point A with respect to point B. Potential at this point is nothing but the potential at this point. Potential at this point is 6 ohm multiplied by the current flowing through this 6 ohm resistance. So 6 multiplied by the current. What is the current? Current is because of this 30 volt and the full circuit resistance. So current is 30 volt divided by 12 plus 6. So 30 divided by 12 plus 6 is the current flowing through the resistance 6 ohm. That I multiplied by this resistance 6. This will be the potential at point A with respect to point B. So this is the VTH. What is VTH? VTH is equal to VAB is equal to 10 volt. So we have calculated the VTH. Next we have to find out the RTH from this circuit. What we should do to find out the RTH? Similarly, we will remove this load resistance. We have removed this load resistance and all the sources will be replaced by their internal circuit. Here only a single source is there. It is a voltage source, so that will be replaced by his internal circuit, and that as internal circuit is 0, so this is shorted. Now we have to find out the resistance between point A and point B. What will be the equivalent resistance? First we have to calculate the parallel of these two, 12 and 6 parallel. That will be in series circuit with 4 ohm. So 12 parallel 6 plus 4, ultimately we will get 8 ohm. So RTH is equal to 8 ohm and VTH is equal to, we got 10 volt. So now we will put the 10 volt here and we will put the 8 ohm here, and load resistance is having a particular value, that is 2 ohm. So we will put all the values in the equivalent circuit, 10 volt, 8 ohm and 2 ohm. Now it is very easy to calculate the load current. Load current will be 10 divided by 8 plus 2. So 10 divided by 8 plus 2, ultimately we will get 1 ampere current. So by using the Thevenin theorem, we have calculated current through 2 ohm resistance, which is mentioned in the problem. By this way we will solve every problem. Now I am going to show that the main circuit and this equivalent circuit are same. How we can show it? This is the main circuit. If the current through this 2 ohm resistance in the main circuit is equals to the current through this 2 ohm resistance in equivalent circuit, if these two current are same, then we can easily say that these two circuit are equal. Say this is our main circuit, 30 volt to 12 ohm, 4 ohm and 2 ohm in series and 6 ohm in parallel. Say here, this is the main circuit, 30 volt, 12 ohm, 4 ohm, 2 ohm in series and 6 ohm in parallel. Next is the equivalent circuit, which is having 10 volt with 8 ohm and 2 ohm series resistance. Say 10 volt, 8 ohm and 2 ohm series resistance. So this is the main circuit with same component and this is equivalent circuit with same component. Now to check the current through this 2 ohm resistance, an ammeter I have included in the circuit. Here also, to find out the current through this 2 ohm resistance, an ammeter is inserted into this circuit in series. I will run this simulation, and if we find current indicated by this ammeter and current indicated by this ammeter are same, then no doubt we will assure that this circuit and this circuit are same circuit. What should be the current through this 2 ohm resistance? Already we have calculated the current through this 2 ohm resistance is 1 ampere. So in this simulation, if we get the ammeter reading as 1 ampere and in main circuit if we again get 1 ampere in ammeter reading, then we can come to the conclusion that these two circuits are same circuit. So I am running this. Say at this moment here nothing is showing, also here nothing is showing. Look at this point. Now say the ammeter is showing 1 ampere, here the ammeter is showing 1 ampere. Main circuit, the ammeter is showing 1 ampere. This is the equivalent circuit, the ammeter is showing 1 ampere. So we can say yes, the Thevenin's theorem has been proved. From this tutorial we have learned what is Thevenin's theorem, how to find out VTH, how to find out RTH, what is Thevenin equivalent circuit, how to find out circuit parameters by using Thevenin's theorem. In next tutorial, we will solve different numerical problems on this Thevenin's theorem.